So in today's video, I'm going to show you some secrets on saving money without making big changes or giving anything up. Now, you're probably thinking that this is impossible, but trust me, it's not. All you need is a little bit of creativity and some organizing skills, and you'll be on your way to saving tons of money, more than you can ever imagine. Stay tuned because I'm about to blow your mind with some simple tips that will have a huge impact on your wallet. So before you decide to start saving money, you need to have the right mindset. Don't think of it as you're sacrificing your hard money dollars into an account where you can't touch it, but try and make it fun. Make it a competition. Do something where you're enjoyable with it and not having a negative effect to your mind. Because when you start thinking that it's a sacrifice, you're just not going to want to do it. So make it as fun as possible and always ask yourself, why save, right? Apply the 5 why rule. Every time I have a confusion or if I'm going through something complicated, I always ask myself why 5 times so you know the core answer of why you want to do something, which in this case is save. Now that you know your why and you have your mindset correct, let's talk about some secret saving tips. Now, the first one is to eliminate the decision to save, which is to automate your savings. Automating your savings is making sure that the decision is already accounted for every single bi-weekly, every month. That way you don't have to constantly think about it and it's in the back of your head, which makes you feel like, you know what, this week I'm gonna go out, so I'm gonna spend some more money, and you're not going to save. So start from where you're comfortable. That could be, 1% of your paycheck, or, it could be just like $100 from your paycheck. It doesn't matter, but start with something you have and increase it slowly and see how far you can go. See if you can get 5% of your paycheck or 10% of your paycheck. See what's comfortable and try and going a little bit higher every single time you get your paycheck. Now, for those of you who are self-employed or just have inconsistent income streams, I get y'all. I get inconsistent income streams coming in every single time. So for those of you who are like me, schedule a reoccurring deposit when you normally have a surplus of cash flow every single month. For instance, for me, the 1st of every month and the 15th of every month is when I get the most surplus of cash flow. So I always make sure that I have a recurring deposit going in on the 1st and the 15th to a different high yield savings account, which we'll talk about in the next one. But I always have a savings account where it just gets through, where I don't even take a look at it. And it is a percentage. So whatever the amount is, it just gets right into my savings account without me knowing. Now, the second secret is to get a high yield savings account. Now, a high yield savings account is like a savings account, but it gives you a high yield of interest compared to what you can get as a regular savings account. You can open up a high yield savings account, which is no different, and there's no fees, and you just get more interest. So put your money in a high yield savings account. You don't want to put it into your checkings account because you're always going to see that amount and you're going to always want to spend it. Also, usually high yield savings accounts are going to be online banks more than ones that are in a physical bank, but just make sure whatever you go for, make sure it's FDIC insured of the amount that you want. So if it's FDIC insured for about $250,000, that means if you have $250,000 in the bank, whatever happens to that money, that is always insured to you, so you never lose that amount. Now, some recommendations that I can give you guys currently for May 2022 is going to be Ally Bank at 0.60 APY. Another one is a new one, which is Amex or American Express Savings. They have a high yield account of 0.60 APY, which is also great, and it's backed by, American Express. The best, the most fun one that I've got to say is Yada Savings. Now, I personally use Yada Savings because it's just great. It's like a lottery for your savings account. All they give you is 0.20% APY plus the prize money, but usually you'll average about 1.5%, which is way bigger than all the other competitors. But here's how this works. Usually every single day you'll get a raffle ticket. On Sunday, you'll have a raffle ticket that you pick your numbers, and every time you do a match, they give you a prize money or a bonus basically, and you can win up to, I believe it's like $3 million or some Tesla. I don't know what it is. I haven't got the 3 million or the Tesla, but there is a chance, and you always do usually get a little bit more than that 0.20% APY every single week. Tip number 3, or the secret number 3, is to write down all your expenses. Now, don't go ahead and start shorting your living expense, but live on your normal life for the first month and track every spending. What I mean by track every spending, I'm talking about housing, car payments, utilities, going out, going shopping. Write all that down, and at the end of the month, look at all the monies that you spent and see if you can cut the costs. That could be maybe eating costs, and eating costs is a big one for me. So every single month, every time I write down my expenses, I try to see if I can cut my eating expense, and also try and avoid those bank fees. You know, usually banks will have you have to have $1,000 in the bank so you can avoid a $12 fee. Well, go ahead and have $1,000 in your bank. That way you don't have to have bank fees. And now if you do get charged a bank fee, call your bank up and say, hey, is there a way we can work around the bank fees? And also make sure you try and get a no-fee checking account. There's so many checking accounts with banks all around the world. There should be no reason why you need to be paying a fee for a checking account. Secret number 4 is to eliminate any credit card debt. This is the biggest one that gets everyone because credit card debt is the worst debt and it's one of the highest debts you can have. For example, credit card debts are usually about 30% APR versus when you have a home loan, it's about 6%, 5%. So if you have a credit card and you have a $100 payment and you don't pay any of that, the next month it's gonna be $130, and then from there $130 compounded. It's just gonna compound bigger and bigger. So you're just gonna be in a loophole of a lot of debt. So if you have credit card debt, make sure you pay that off the first thing before you pay any other debt, unless you have a hard money loan or something that's bigger than 30% or your credit card debt. And secret number 5 is always look for free. You should always enjoy free and always look for free. If you have free parking, go ahead and park free parking. There's no reason why you need to be parking in the toll when there's free parking probably like 1 minute away. All right, with that being said, guys, savings can always be fun or it can be the worst thing and a nightmare. So make it fun, enjoyable, make it as a game, you know, see how much you can save by the end of the month and check your account, see how much you've saved and see what you can do with that money and reinvest it into something else. That way you always have a peace of mind knowing that you'll always have some emergency money, plus you know that you've been saving instead of spending, and it also just helps you focus on the parts of your life that just makes you happy and healthy. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.